Welcome. This is Mary Waleski. I'm the program chair for CEPA, and I'm also the resident Pinterest expert. And I'm here with my friend Karen Douglas, author and also the chair of the Focus Forums. Hi, Karen.
Hey, Mary. Good to have you here today.
Yeah, good to be here. So we're going to talk today about CEPA's new Pinterest catalog. And Karen, are you familiar with Pinterest?
I have a Pinterest account, but this is really good for me, Mary, because I don't think I'm using it very effectively, so I welcome any pointers.
Okay, well, we'll talk a little bit about Pinterest in general. We're also going to talk about our new catalog, which we just recently moved to Pinterest. And I wanted to start with saying why Pinterest is a good place for CEPA to have their catalog. Now, if you're familiar with what we did on the website, this is actually the CEPA catalog website.
Right.
And one of the things that we noticed is that it wasn't getting a whole lot of traffic. It's only on our website. It is interactive. And we also had some other information for everybody. So in the case of, say, 3 Miles Per Hour, this one book written by Polly Lutovsky, it does have all of the basic information about Polly's book, as well as her website and everything. But it was taking a really long time for us to get everything uploaded because it was kind of labor intensive, and also it wasn't getting the kind of attention we wanted our members' books to get. So that's the reason why we switched this over to Pinterest. Now, Pinterest is a social media site, and it's been around for several years, and at one point I think it still might be the fastest growing social media site. And what I find so interesting about it is that Pinterest is really the in-between stage between e-commerce and social media. People come to Pinterest looking for stuff to buy. And have you ever done any shopping on Pinterest, Karen?
No, I go to Pinterest to look at pictures and clever sayings.
Okay, that's the other reason why people spend a lot of time on Pinterest. I have been known to waste lots of time looking at all sorts of cool stuff. And I actually did buy a necklace off Pinterest a little while ago. So,
cool.
So there are some cool ways that you can use Pinterest in order to get sales, and that is one of the main things we're interested in for CEPA's members. And the way it works, for those of you who may be new to Pinterest, is that in your account you have the ability to create boards, and it's like a big electronic bulletin board. And CEPA's catalog is called Great Books from CEPA Authors. And what I did initially is I repinned all of the books in CEPA's old catalog on the website to here, so that for everybody's pin, like this is one by Teresa Funk called Wave Me Goodbye, it's got all of the information about Teresa's publishing company, her website, her email address, and so on, and information about the book, including the ISBN number and so on. But what's really kind of cool is that we are also linked back to CEPA's website, which is right here. It was found on cepacatalog.com. Okay. Now, what this does is it drives traffic effectively back to CEPA's website, because if somebody was interested in learning more about CEPA, the organization, they can click on this link and go back. But if they want to find out, for instance, where they could buy this book, they can go to Teresa's website, they can email Teresa, and so on. So there's a lot of different ways that this can be used. Now, if you have a Pinterest account and you want to have this pin on one of your boards, you can repin it. And that's what this cool little pin it button is for. So one of the things I noticed is that a lot of our members have been repinning their own pins onto their boards, and that's precisely what we want. Because one of the really effective ways for Pinterest to be useful for CEPA and also for our authors is for these pins to get repinned.
Right. And I like that all the information is there, because I do have a book board on my own Pinterest account, but I tend not to be as complete, I now realize, as I needed to be.
Yeah.
That's good for me to see.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool information you can put in these different into your pins, and I followed a pretty standard formula for all of these in
Mm-hmm.
that I reproduced all of this information that was from the catalog into each one of these pins. Now that is different for all of our other boards. And I wanted to
Right.
show some of the other boards too, because I recently created one around the CEPA EVI Awards, which was in this past August. And we had some photographer, Joe McDaniel, took tons of photographs for us. And what I did was I went through and I tried to name as many people as I could. Now there's a few people I missed, and I'm hoping they'll contact me and say, hey, you know this one here, that's me, so I can go in and put the information. Like for instance here, this is Ellen Riggs, and she won a third place EVI. So I wanted to put what award they won in
Right.
here and also their names. And the other thing I'm giving CEPA authors, the EVI winners, an opportunity to do is also send us a pin for their book so we can add it to this particular board. So we'll have, yeah.
This one. Let me interrupt you just a moment.
Sure.
On those pins for which you don't have a lot of information, how difficult is it to go back and edit that?
Oh, great question. Thank you for asking that. See up here in the corner, there's this little editing pencil in each pin.
Right.
If you mouse over it, all you have to do is click on that. And I can go ahead and edit, so I can change all that information. I can change the source.
Okay.
This is the website that it links back to, and actually it is a page on the CEPA catalog that's linked to the EVI winners.
Good.
And I can also put a place on there now, which is the name and the city, and then hit Save Changes, and we're back to business. So it's actually quite easy to go in and edit, so thank you for bringing that up. So, and also to add new pins, it's very simple. You just click on adding a pin. So if I wanted to add one for my computer, I can just follow the prompts and do that. In fact, we're gonna demo a pin here shortly. You sent me information for your latest book, and I'm going to add that to the catalog. So there's a couple of other boards I wanted to let everybody know about today. This is one I did just for fun on great quotes about writing and publishing. So if I find some fun stuff in there, I'll just go through and add it for my own amusement.
I'll be visiting this one because I too have a quotes board on my.
I think a lot of us do, so we amuse ourselves. Yeah. And I've just created a brand new one for the CEPA Brigade. And what I want to do with this is something that we haven't even started this yet, so I've got to add people who can pin it and edit the board itself. This is for authors' events, members of CEPA who have events. So it's book signings, speaking events, maybe they have a radio interview or something else coming out. What they can do, send me an email to mary@bythebookmarketing.com, and they can ask to become a pinner on the CEPA Brigade page.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can actually, so what I can do, like we'll start with you, who can add pins. So I'm gonna add you. So there you are, Karen. So so I have just sent you an invitation to pin to the CEPA Brigade board. Okay. So when I do that, now here's the cool part. Say 10 or 20 or more of our authors decide that they too want to pin to the CEPA Brigade board whenever they have an event coming up. The CEPA Brigade board will also show up on their Pinterest account. So it raises the visibility of the board.
Okay. Good.
So here's a good example. This is where I got the idea from. We are co-pinners in a board called Denver Community Events. Now there's all sorts of organizations that are members. You know, here we are, and let's see, who are some of the other ones? Oh, like Food Bank of the Rockies.
Oh, excellent.
Glenwood Canyon Resort. You know, so there's all sorts of different, you know, some individual I forget what some of these others are, Colorado Free University and so on. Well, the reason this is such a powerful board is there's 281 pins, but there's 305 followers. So lots of people follow this board. So
Right.
as CEPA members, you know, we can do the same thing with the CEPA Brigade. Is have lots of people following the board in order to get the word out about author events.
One of the things that I also do, Mary, I'm part of the SCFD program, which promotes cultural and supports cultural events in and around Denver.
Ooh.
And this collaborative approach to things is becoming increasingly important in the arts world.
Oh, very much so.
To be on this.
Yeah, this is very powerful too online. So having the CEPA Brigade board show up on all of our members' Pinterest accounts gives it that much more visibility and enables that many more people to follow the events. So that's really been the key there for me in creating this new board. So we've got to start getting some events up there. I'm going to start with our this upcoming November meeting. I'm going to have that pinned up there too.
Good. Good.
So here's the next thing that I want to show is how authors can get their books added to the board. And I'm going to use your book as an example. So I'm going to go back, I'm going to go back into the Great Books from CEPA Authors, and I'm going to click Add a Pin. And you had sent me this information just a little while ago. I had asked you for a JPEG of your book cover and to fill out that little short form with all the book's basic information.
Right.
So I put that on my
There I am.
desktop. So let's go ahead and upload your image. And then the next part is what's this pin all about. So in your email, you had sent me all this nice information, and I'm just going to copy and paste it. This is the reason why I wanted it formatted the way I did. So all I have to do is a copy and paste, and I can go ahead and hit pin it, and it's been uploaded to the CEPA catalog. I love the cover, by the way.
Thanks.
Very cool. Now there's one other thing that has to be done before I finish, and that is I need to edit this one more time and add it to and add a link to CEPA. So all I have to do is click Edit, and then for the source, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the home page for CEPA, and eventually we're probably going to change this to the membership page or something like that, but for now I'm just going to go ahead and copy that link, and I'm going to go back into here, and for the source I'm going to put it to CEPA catalog. Now you've got your information up here, including your contact info and your website, so that both of these are in here. And we can also add a place and city. So do you want to say Broomfield or Denver? It's up to you.
Oh, I'd love to give Broomfield a boost.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll add Broomfield, Colorado. And so then we save it. And so here's our finished pin.
Wow. That took all of what, about 2.5 minutes, Mary?
Yeah, which was exactly what I had in mind to do for this, because if I'm getting 10, 15 of these at a time, which I can foresee happening, I want to be able to get these up here very quickly. And for all that, this is also a good little lesson on how easy it is to create pins of your own.
You bet.
So if, about 80% of the pins on Pinterest are repins.
80%? That's
80%. Yeah. Well, look at this. This is the board. This is actually the news feed. That these are all the followers that we have for people that we're following for through the CEPA account. So if I see something here that I want to repin,
right,
like this quote about write every book like it's your last one. Okay, this is kind of cool.
I love that one.
So I can go in and I'm going to add that to our great quotes about writing and publishing. And I'm going to hit pin it. So that made it very easy. It makes it very easy for me to share these pins. But you don't want to do just pins that you've shared, you know, that are repins. You want to create your own original pins and send them back to your own website.
Right.
And so there's two different ways to pin. And, you know, the first is the demo that I just showed of yours, which is going to send people back to the CEPA website. And the second is just a repin of what somebody else has done. So what we're hoping is that your pin is going to be repinned by other people as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mary, it's sort of like in the old hard copy world, sending a postcard to everybody.
Yes.
You know, and you hope that they're going to save that postcard because the front of it has something interesting or attractive. I really like that comparison. For me, coming from the old school originally, that concept works.
Yes. So that's our little demo of how to use the CEPA catalog. So what I'd like to invite all of our members to do is send me a copy of your JPEG of your book cover.
Right.
And then the information that they're going to add to it, and we have this in our signature from last month, but I think we'll also have to put it somewhere on the website,
Sure.
is I'll need your book title, author name, publisher name, website, contact info, edition, publication date, and ISBN.
Very good.
So
Very good.
put that in the body of an email, so all I have to do is copy and paste it. I'll upload your pin, and we'll have it in the CEPA catalog very, very fast.
Wow.
Okay.
Great stuff, Mary. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Karen.